Say at least 10 people have died and more than 15 have gone to hospital following stabbings in multiple locations on the James Smith Cree Nation and in the village of Weldon, northeast of Saskatoon. They say some of the victims were targeted, others were randomly attacked. They also admit there may be other victims, and right now they don't know where the suspects may be, possibly in other prairie provinces, Manitoba and Alberta. Both are men and they are considered armed and dangerous. And here is what Saskatchewan RCMP Assistant Commissioner Rhonda Blackmore had to say last hour.
Currently, we are actively looking for the two suspects, helping the victims and investigating the many crime scenes. We're dedicating a maximum number of resources to this investigation and thank our many provincial and interprovincial policing partners who are providing additional support. Let me be clear, we are still looking for the two suspects. We are asking residents across Saskatchewan and our neighboring provinces to be vigilant. At this stage in our investigation, we believe some of the victims have been targeted by the suspect and others have been attacked randomly. The two suspects are Damian Sanderson and Miles Sanderson. Damian Sanderson is described as a 31-year-old male, 5'7", 155 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Miles Sanderson is a 30-year-old male, 6'1", 240 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Their pictures are available on social media channels and websites. If Damian and Miles are listening or receive this information, I would ask that they turn themselves into police immediately. They are considered armed and dangerous. They are believed to be in a black Nissan Rogue SUV with Saskatchewan license plate 119 MPI. At this point, we don't know if they have changed vehicles since this morning. Their location and direction of travel is unknown. This is why we need everyone in the province to stay vigilant and report any suspicious activity by calling 911 immediately. Every avenue is being explored. Some of those involve technological resources, some involve human resources. We're taking all steps possible to track these individuals, and any information that comes in from the public or other sources that we obtain the information, we're following up on that information immediately.
More people who are injured and they just haven't identified themselves to police just yet. They also say there's no indication that there's any harm done to anyone out of that initial area. Now, the two suspects were last seen in the Regina area around noon today, and the Regina Police Service joined the RCMP in that news conference and say that they are treating this as if the two suspects are still in town, which is significant given that there are more than 33,000 people currently at Mosaic Stadium watching the Saskatchewan Roughriders take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Other than that, at this point, they say they're taking any background on where these gentlemen are from or if they were known to police. They say that's all part of the investigation at this point. What I can tell you is that Miles Sanderson has been unlawfully at large for a number of months. There was a Saskatoon Crime Stoppers watch issued in his name back in May. But other than that, we have a lot more questions than answers at this point, and a lot of families are very concerned about the state of their loved ones. Attacks in Saskatchewan today are horrific and heartbreaking. I'm thinking of those who have lost a loved one and of those who were injured. Trudeau further adds that the government is closely monitoring the situation. Well, Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe also took to Twitter following the deadly attacks. He said this, take a look. I want to offer my deepest condolences on behalf of the government and people of Saskatchewan to all of the family and friends of the victims of today's horrific attacks. There are no words to adequately describe the pain and loss caused by this senseless violence. All of Saskatchewan grieves with the victims and their families.